What's going on, everybody? Burt Byler and Chucky D here to celebrate and represent Mr. J.R. Carroll because he is coming to be interviewed on our show this Tuesday, November the 30th, live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Come hang out with us as we interview him. And we have heard Pride and Prejudice before, and we were blown away the first time we heard it.
I've been fighting demons.
That voice, though.
Waging war on the things that I found hiding behind a closed off door. Little things inside myself didn't even know were there. Tried to find the root of all the fighting that ensued when I realized the error in my ways. Learning from your past ain't that easy here in small town USA.
Preach!
Ain't quite the land of cotton, but old times here sure ain't forgotten.
Come on now.
Just like your mistakes when you were 17. Never made no rebel yell, and I didn't cry when Richmond fell. I won't weep over General Lee. Rebel pride and prejudice just ain't what country means to me.
Man. Big talk. Big talking.
I feel like so many folks our age are going through this transformation. Like I talked to so many people who have their heads on straight, not a lot of idiots that ain't got no idea what they're talking about. A lot of us from the South are not proud of the Confederacy. A lot of us around here are not proud of the Civil War. Now, there was this time where white folks used to make jokes about the Civil War, make jokes about the Confederacy. Man, and it makes me sick that those jokes are still accepted. Jason Isbell, in one of his songs, White Man's World, makes a comment about this, and he says, old times, they ain't forgotten. It's this idea that we got a lot of junk in our past, and we just pretend like nothing happened, and people are proud of it. Like, to me, it still breaks my heart that people push under the rug that we enslaved people and murdered people and all of the terrible stuff that happened here in the South. But then people still support the Civil War that was based on slavery. I just don't know how to talk to these people, and I'm just so thankful that that people like JR are singing songs about this, you know.
Right. Man, my family's a very old Southern family. My grandfather marched with the Sons of the Confederacy, had a Confederate officer's uniform that he wore for the parade. And they made, after the Civil War, the story goes that the people of the South pledged to never forget the brave men who sacrificed themselves for this cause. My grandfather was a really loving guy, but he had this thing about him. And he was always so sweet and such a big deal in our family, but this was part of the culture he grew up in. And this was part of the heritage that he inherited, that he had to decide what he was going to do with. And it was a different time in the South. It was a time, especially in the early 20th century, of a lot of celebration of the Old South and antebellum ways and stuff like that. And that's kind of what my grandfather came up in. And when you fast forward to me, I was raised in a school district that has been recognized as being one of the most successfully integrated school districts in the United States. And I had this experience with black classmates and Asian classmates and Indian classmates. And there was a lot of diversity in my school that my grandfather would not have stood for. My grandfather would not have tolerated. And my life was richer for it, for having been around those people and formed those friendships and learned about their lives and their culture. And I see my grandfather as a man that I loved and that I had a lot of respect for, that had a strong faith and ideal and family and knew how to show love to those around him and knew how to nurture relationships and care for people. And I also see that he had a really ugly spot in his history about this that was very culturally accepted. It was treated completely different culturally than it's treated now. And I can love my grandfather and respect him and think that he was a great man, and also accept the fact that he believed and celebrated things that were not morally wholesome, not good things. Certainly not good things for us all collectively, but would have been bad things for me specifically to have been limited in my experience as a young person. So I think that for men in the South, like there is a responsibility for us to like confront this heritage and decide what we're going to do with it.
And we got to start speaking up.
Don't it make you crazy? Make you wanna scream all the things that we've been seeing. Injustice on the screen, illuminating you. Thought we left in our past.
What a sweet voice, man. Lord.
So let this be my message. Let it be my battle cry. I won't stand by and be silent while innocent folks die.
Let this be my message. Let this be my cry. I won't stand by while innocent folks die. Come on now. That's we ain't asking a lot around here. We're not asking you to just quit your job and go march every time there's a march. Can we just be honest about stuff?
Just use your voice.
Can we just speak up and defend people that don't have a voice? We ain't asking for a lot.
Change has gotta happen. I guess that starts with me.
Come on now, preach.
Ain't quite the land of cotton, but old times here sure ain't forgotten. Just like your mistakes when you were 17. Never made no rebel yell, and I didn't cry when Richmond fell. I won't weep over General Lee. Rebel pride and prejudice just ain't what country means to me.
Preach.
I've been fighting demons. Yeah, that'll do.
That's how I finish every song, basically.
I've been writing songs that deal with the same thing, and it's just so cool to hear different people do different things. So, like, my songs are angry and, like, electric guitar, like, and his are, like, these beautiful ballads of self-reflection, and I just think it all is going to take all of us speaking up and saying that this stuff is not okay anymore. It's not okay whitewashing the Civil War. It's not okay to celebrate horrible things in our past.
It's a celebration of oppression. It really is. It's
enslavement.
Yeah, it's
murder.
It's like we talk a lot about like the heritage of the South, but this particular thing that being celebrated, you're not celebrating your loved ones. You're not celebrating this way of life. You're celebrating this institution of oppression. And I don't know. I also want to talk about this line where he says, "Pride and prejudice ain't what country means to me." Right?
And that's what it means to a lot of folks.
So, but also the fact that, I mean, this is like super meta, but the fact that we're an Americana channel, but that's country music, basically. You know, he's playing country music. So, like, not only is it like Pride and Prejudice isn't what patriotism means to me, that's not what my country means to me. It's also kind of like asking some questions about country music, you know, that like there's some instances of country artists not behaving great in the public sphere when it comes to this particular issue.
Don't get me started.
I think it's worth saying, I think it's worth looking at both ways. Pride and Prejudice ain't what my country means to me, and it's not what country music means to me. And I think it's important as we continue to celebrate things that we celebrate, the things that we have in common, you know. And one thing that we have in common, like across so many cultures, is good music, right? And there are different types of cultural music, but celebrating music is part of celebrating what we have in common. And that's why I'm here for it. That's why I show up for it.
So come hang out with us this Tuesday, November the 30th. We're going to love on the self-proclaimed most beautiful man in the band that he plays in. I can't wait to hang out with him and ask him some questions and really dive deep into this topic. Because did you know, Chucky D, a couple of things about him? One, son of a preacher man.
Oh, nice.
Songwriter. Also, the not handsome one in the band. Like, we got so many things to talk. He's a very beautiful man, but let's just be honest. There's one that's in the band that
your drummer is way better looking than you.
The drummers, sure. Yeah. So come hang out with us. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Go follow JR Carroll on all of the places. Go love on him, and we'll see y'all this Tuesday for the interview. See you on down the river now.